It was my first ever road trip. First time I ever went on the road. First time I ever went out of the city. First time, you know. Started late, and we went to Lake Charles.
All these stories aren't real.
This isn't real.
But it's good.
What do you want? We go to Lake Charles. We're going to play a new club. The old club was closed down because that's the one that the owner found Moore in bed with his wife and came and hit him in the, what was it, knocked on the door and hit him with a newspaper. Is that what he did to Moore? Is that what
No, he hit him with his fist.
Hit him with his fist.
And the guy wasn't in bed. Moore wasn't in bed.
Oh, that's right.
Well, he thought he'd been in bed with his wife. He thought he'd been making
Moore
a pass
just
with his
talked to
wife.
the... Well, that's what Moore said.
Yeah, Moore just said, oh, I didn't even know she was his wife.
As God is my witness.
You don't believe in God. Oh, you're so critical.
Rules.
So it's me and Hicks and Silva, and we're going to play the new place called Oscars, and
A disco.
a disco. But during the day it looked all right, and we went back that night, and it was Tuesday night, and Oscars is a redneck disco.
Did y'all do any drugs before?
No,
Wait,
this
no,
not
you don't
this-
remember, we got there in the daytime, we went in and we said, hi, we're the comics. And the guy went, what? We said, we're the comics for the comedy show. And he went, well, I wouldn't know about that, I'm the night manager. So we left with that thought kind of biting away at our mind.
Yeah, well, we thought, well, you know, he's new. And, so we go that night, and
Tuesday night's such a good night for comedy.
it's redneck. It's a redneck disco. It's ladies' night, 2-for-1 drinks, and they don't know we're coming.
Oh, always a good
And
idea.
there's about 400 people there.
It's also Colt 45 night, isn't it?
Well, no, that's
Okay,
That's another
later.
story.
You park in the alley back behind the club, and we come in, and this is my first road trip, my first club ever outside the city. And you come in, and there's all these guys in cat hats and cowboy hats. And we sit down, and the very first guy that comes in and sits down next to us is bleeding from his ear, and he's got a cut over his eye, and he's joking with the waitress about having a fight in the alley on the way in. And we're going, is this common? And she, oh yeah, they're a rough crowd we get here. Oh man. And so the place is jammed, and they're all there to get laid and drink. They have no idea there's comedy that night. And at 10:30 at night, after they were already good and drunk and dancing and 2-for-1 drinking, the guy clears the dance floor, and he looks like he's got the beer belly and the crew cut, and he looks like a Ku Klux Klan recruiter. And he goes, I paid a lot of money for these goddamn comics from Houston. You better think they're goddamn funny. Here's the first one, Ron Shaw.
Did you write that intro out for him?
Wrote that out for him. So
He did it
It
well.
says in my intro,
And you
motherfucker,
opened
not
with-
goddamn.
So I went up to a rousing bunch of booze and animal noises, and there was, like I said, there was about 400 people, and there was about 20 of them sitting right here in front that are willing to listen to me. So I'm doing my act for them, and there's 380 people back here playing pool, discussing drug deals, and generally hating me. Blowjob! Blowjob! And I said, is he asking or offering? And the group of people that were listening kind of, and I continued on with my act, and you can't see from the stage, but you can sense. This is like a blur. And I could sense the crowd being parted. And
A large object.
some force coming through the crowd, and this guy jumps up on stage with me. He has got tattoos on his arm. He's wearing motorcycle boots. He's about 230 pounds, and he walks over and he grabs me by the cheek and he lifts me up in the air and he goes, I'm asking. And I said, you're not my type. And he dropped me. and he goes off and they're high-fiving him, right? So,
Comic 0, Redneck 1.
this is my first ever out-of-town gig, okay? And so I get off the stage to nothingness, and Silva goes up next, and I don't know how long he does.
He just talked to himself. No one listened.
No one listened.
It was bizarre. I mean, everyone was just talking, and he was just... you could see his lips moving.
I'm still...
But like a professional, he did his fucking time. He slumped through some legs, and he was back at the bar.
They bring Hicks up, and they're throwing shit at Bill. He's up there dodging stuff.
Did
right?
nothing to hurt him.
You know this. Now this is the first night of a 2-night gig. Now, the story gets better.
What about the fourth?
Okay. Well, that's second night, right? We aren't to the second night yet. Well, we get out of there the first night, and we think, well, this is it. We've got to play these guys again. We're going to die. We're going to die. We're going to die.
Wait, how did Hicks' set go the first night?
Well, they throwing shit at him. They're throwing shit at him. And he gets
Make
off
your
the
own
stage,
judgment call.
I mean, yeah. When they're throwing shit at you, it's not going good. All right?
And I was going, my impression of a riot.
Get on the stage! Get on, you faggots!
That's one of your first clues, what Ron's saying. That's one of your first clues.
Yeah.
When they throw shit, it may
They're
not be
throwing shit at him,
But how was
it's not
Hicks
going
doing?
good,
Oh,
but
he
that's
was
just our
dodging.
opinion.
Fag,
Well, he didn't get hurt too bad.
faggot was the nicest name they called us, all right? And so we decided that since we're going to have to do it the next night, again, that the only thing to do is to take some LSD and go back in. Because we're going to die. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die exceptionally fucked up. So me and Hicks take a tab of LSD, and we go back to the club. We decided that the first night, the reason we had the problem was that because I was not a good MC. So we're going to have Silva MC, and I'm going to do 10 minutes in the middle.
Now wait, ostensibly Silva took one with him.
Yeah, but Silva said he took one, but he didn't get off. And that was too good acid. He would have had to get off.
I turned into a werewolf in front of Silva's eyes, and he didn't get off.
He did, yeah. Silva says, no, I took that shit, but I can get off. Yeah, okay, Bill, you took it. Okay. So we go up there that night, and there's not as many people that night, thank God. There's only maybe 250 the next night. And Silva goes up, and the very first thing, he goes on stage, and he walks up, and he says, I'm Bill Silva, and a guy sitting at the bar goes, I hope you're funnier than you were last night, because I've got my gun with me.
Oh, God.
Silva said, God, I wish you hadn't said that. Hicks and I, who are tripping in the back of the room, are going, they're armed! They're armed! We're gonna die! They're armed! And we're on that verge of panic that you get when you are really, I mean, it's, you know, you're talking about being paranoid in the cab. We have every reason to be paranoid. They are threatening our lives if we're not funny. With real
that's
weapons.
no real reason.
Yeah, we were overreacting. The waitress comes up. Bill and I are sitting there huddled, looking at this, and the waitress comes up and goes, boys, don't worry about it, because if something starts, I've got my gun too.